Hi, I am a libertarian, and I've been debating with Republican socialists or conservative socialists. Yeah, you heard of Democrat socialists like Bernie Sanders. I am dealing with Republican socialists as a libertarian. Now, they are all upset because Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez suggested we should consider having less kids. Just suggested it. And she can accomplish this goal that freaked many out. They're coming for our cows and our kids. She could accomplish this goal by actually removing socialism. Yes, stop subsidizing it. Now, currently, people who have kids get welfare in so many forms, nearly $300,000 per kid. Socialist public schools, huge child tax credits, daycare write-offs, and much more. At childless and gays' expense, who they are stealing from. For animal agriculture, the Farm Bill, annual USDA welfare subsidies make the luxury of labor and resource-intensive meat cheaper than basic healthy whole foods, which is in turn destroying our healthcare system, our environment. It's massive food waste because animals poop out most of the crops they are fed. Take 16 pounds of crops for just 1 pound of meat in return. And obviously animal cruelty in sick factory farms. You can look it up. So I'm not suggesting the government controlling them. Simply remove the subsidies. Throw away the USDA Farm Bill and stop subsidizing breeders. She could accomplish her goals for the Green New Deal. Those goals, just like that. So someone replied, who is she to deny a human right? And they're talking about having kids. I say, I don't know how you would see as that denying. Nobody is stopping anyone, but discussing the issue and taking away benefits with each additional child wouldn't encourage people to have so many kids, especially when there's 500,000 kids and teenagers in the foster care system that are free and easy to adopt. The government is promoting having more kids via its policies. Some programs even fund it. She didn't even suggest taking away the incentives to have kids. I wish she would. She should. And they all freak out. And then he puts, and why should government dictate what we do with our families? Yeah, she's pro-choice. I'm pro-choice. I know he's not. My friend is not. If you think life is so much better with those kinds of rules, go live in China or Venezuela. Maybe you should live in Venezuela since you want me to pay for free stuff for others. You are free to have 20 kids like the Dugards, but are not free to have me fund them, thus encourage it. I asked the same question. Why don't you live there? Although her thoughts don't mean policy. Actually, the government is promoting people having more kids. They want to expand and grow the economy and everything in regards. Public schools with no user fees per kid. So if I have 0 kids or 10 kids, I pay the same. We discussed this before. I discussed this with him in the past, and it didn't get through. I guess Republicans are very stubborn. Insurance and family plans are the same if you have 1 or 10 kids. Child tax credits per kid. Pushing for paid paternity leave, as Ivanka Trump and they are doing, as well as the Democrats. Even some governments subsidize IVF. Where's the concern about that? I'm all for smaller government. Stop subsidizing breeders unless if they adopt the 500,000 kids in foster care. Reread my comment again. It's all about taking away subsidies, which Republicans are supposed to be for smaller government. I have no clue what Republicans want anymore either, as they ignore simple facts as this. Yes, Trump Republicans are confusing the crap out of me. Socialism doesn't work. I am saying I don't want socialism. He is supporting socialism. I am so confused. I am talking about taking away subsidies for breeding and animal agriculture, for example. He is supporting them, and he goes on to support it. As for the breeding issue, the country was founded on families. Okay. Have the family if you want. The Chinese push population control and still have the world's 5th population, yes, but they took away subsidies. I'm not saying we even fine people for having more kids, but they pay for their own schools then and such. And let's say we make user fees for kids for schools and insurance. Then what, a bunch of sick, uneducated kids won't make it worse? Humans, like most creatures, are born to breed, blah, 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 blah. IVF is stupid. He agreed on it. Finally, something. No, I do not want a bunch of sick and uneducated kids. So Then is he for universal health care? I mean, I'm fine. I want something for my money. I will take, if you're going to deny me health care but make me pay for socialist public schools, I'm going to be mad. Make me pay and subsidize others for breeding when they have more than me. So I'm not pushing population control via policy, although I admittedly strongly promote it. I'm pushing for neutrality and the government not incentivizing it at my expense. You obviously think it's okay that I pay thousands in child support to people who have more than me. Yes, many of these people have nicer cars than me and have more than me, yet I am paying for them. And even if you're a 20-year-old renting a house, landlords are passing that cost down to you. Now, I will say me and my wife have 2 houses, one in New York and one in Texas, and we pay about $5,000 a year school taxes alone, socialist public school taxes, which is taken away from our retirement, and I don't have insurance because I work in private practice, and my wife had to kick me off her insurance because they wanted to charge us tons because a family plan is 2 people, a couple, or a couple with 10 kids. It's the same. So anyways, this was not promoting socialism. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez obviously wants more socialist aspects in general. I comment on removing socialist aspects, which she should do for her aim or goal here. So I am promoting the opposite, but most Republicans want socialism too. You basically said you want it as well, or the level of socialism we already have, and justified it with reasons all over the place. So you mentioned the sick kids. So then you're for universal health care. Hey, at least I'd get something for my money. At least it would be more fair and consistent then. Uneducated kids, many parents can afford it, so we are forced to pay for those who have much more than us. Providing free birth control, which I am for, helps both families plan their kids to what they can afford, and saves money. It saves taxpayers tons. And lowers termination rates, actually, even though it's not pro-choice, as I am, for freedom. So, and women can simply remove what they want from their bodies. So this is a win-win. So don't get why anyone would oppose it aside from religious weirdos. He's not a religious nut, but many are on the right. As a libertarian, I can never support the right for so many reasons, as I'm stating. At least taking away incentives to have many kids, which is a luxury, as well as their meat, the Farm Bill, is all about fairness and shrinking the government. Again, I promote population control, but I'm not pushing population control via policy. Thus, support freedoms to choose as they wish, but I am against supporting it or encouraging it by making us pay child support for others who choose to have kids, or the government incentivizing it, especially many kids. So, the Farm Bill, throw it in the trash, and socialism for parents, take it away. Stop encouraging breeding. Make birth control free. It saves money. Stop making me pay for gays and childless, me and my wife by choice. Pay for your breeding and practices. Thank you, and stop being hypocrites. Republican, Christian conservatives, I have no idea what you stand for as a libertarian. I will never vote for you. I will support liberals over you any day. Thank you.